Hi, in this video we're going to show you how to set your power options in Windows. Now power options are used for things like turning off your monitor, making your computer go to sleep or hibernate and that kind of thing. So the way you get to that is through Control Panel and Power Options, or you could just click on Start and type in Power and you can get there too, or use Cortana if you're on Windows 10 and type in Power and get there too as well. So we're already here in Control Panel, so we're going to click on Power Options. So now what you notice here is there's some default ones, which are usually high performance and power saver, and then depending on your computer manufacturer, they will make their own power setting, and you could use that or one of the default ones, or you could actually create your own. And on the side here we have some options which you could also get to from here, but we'll just go over them here instead. So power buttons. So if you press the power on your computer, what do you want it to do? Sleep, hibernate, shut down, turn off, nothing. And the sleep button, if you have one, it'll probably only be on a laptop most likely, then you got some options, similar options there too. And then you have these shutdown settings for what your computer does when it shuts down, and for some reason they're grayed out unless you click on this, and then it enables them. It's like an administrator thing, so you could pick some custom shutdown settings for what you want to do instead of shut down. So we're going to go back to here, our power options, and talk about these plans. So I'm using the high performance plan because I'm on a desktop that's plugged in, so I don't need to worry about saving energy. Power saver might be good for using a laptop when you're on the battery, so you might want to try that option. So what you could do is select one to begin with, then you can kind of go in and fine tune it by clicking change plan settings, and then we'll have these same settings we had before here once we go in there, so you can adjust them here for turning off the display and putting the computer to sleep. And so what you want to do here is change advanced power settings, and keep in mind if you change something and you don't remember what you did and you want to go back to default, you could click on this. So click on that, and then it brings up these settings here. So you could do a drop down here and get those same options and then fine tune each one from there. So we're going to stick with high performance. So I have the hard drive shutting down after 180 minutes of not being used. That means, kind of like the screensaver or the screen turning off. If you don't touch the mouse, then after 180 minutes it'll shut down the hard drive to save power. You have settings for Internet Explorer, which are not too helpful. Desktop backgrounds for the slideshow settings. Wireless adapter settings if you want to put that in power saving mode if you're using wireless. You could have the sleep. You could turn it on and off and set the time for that. I never use sleep. And then hybrid sleep, and then also hibernate, same things, and then your wake timers. USB settings for suspending USB devices, if you have that disabled. Graphics setting, you may or may not have this depending on your video card. The power lid, this is for laptop, so power button options and sleep button actions, we kind of saw the same thing before. PCI Express settings, processor, display, the same thing we saw before with turning off display for 10 minutes. Here's a little extra thing, usually used on laptops by default, so when you don't touch the screen it'll kind of dim itself a little, and then when you move the mouse it'll brighten itself up again to save battery life. And then multimedia settings, if you're watching a video, prevent sleep. If you're not touching the mouse, you don't want your computer to go to sleep while you're watching a video. So these are all kind of video related options there. A lot of these are kind of pointless to change. The main ones I like to do are the sleep settings and the hard drive settings, and the rest of them I kind of leave as default. And then once you're done that, you would click on Save Changes if you made any difference, made any changes, and then that will be it for your settings. And then you could go back to here, and if you want to later, you could come back, pick another plan, or edit them again if it doesn't work out the way you like. Or like I said, you could go in there and restore the defaults if you think you messed something up. And there you go. You could that's pretty much how to go through and change your power settings. It's kind of a quick overview, but once you go in there and start looking around, it'll make a little more sense to you. Alright, thanks for watching.